ladies. My name is Emma. How are the two of you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Yes.
I'm doing well. I'm sorry I interrupted a cute little cuddle session between the two of you. I would love to join too. You just seem so relaxed. Well, thank you so much for your time. I'm so excited to speak with you both about this lovely film and this lovely relationship that the two of you have in it. I guess, June, I will start with you. I have just loved seeing you in these films these last several years. It looks like you are having so much fun in them. It is so much fun for us to watch you. I would just love to know, what is so special about these films that makes you want to sign on to them, including Eleanor the Great? And are you having fun in them?
I am having fun. No, but I read the script. That's really why I'm a script person. And that's really why I wanted to do both of them, Thelma and Eleanor the Great. And I just, you don't read scripts like that very often. Not only just a role for me that looks great and delicious, but you don't read them that often. It's the storyline. And so both of them were very special to me. And I felt immediately with both of them that I had to do it.
Delicious is quite possibly the perfect word to describe both of them. Erin, you as well, you've had such amazing hits these last few years. I would love to know a little bit too about what was it about Eleanor the Great that drew you in, because it is a little bit different from some of the last few titles.
Yeah, I think that is it. That it's different from anything that I've done before. I really enjoyed reading about Eleanor and Nina's friendship. I thought that was really special and not very often that you see that.
You don't.
No,
You don't. Nobody gives it time.
no one gives it time.
No.
So I wanted to give it time, and at this point I was just like hoping that they would allow that they'd cast me because I was but I think also Nina's journey of finding her voice was really interesting to me, and I just wanted to get stuck in, really.
I'm so happy that you brought up just the friendship element, and it's seen in different generations in this film. And as you said, June, you just don't see that in films more often than not. And I'd love to hear from both of you those elements and just the emotions and the feelings that you get to tap into. It feels so grounded in reality. It's something that we all go through, whether it's we are losing a friend, we are, trying to find other people to connect with. Just what was so special about seeing that element for both of you in a film such as this?
I just felt it was realistic. I mean, I think that we do have relationships with younger people. And for me being older, for her older, but I think it's something that does happen, and we don't see it in film or on stage even for that. And it's something that I don't know if exploring is the right word for it, but it's good to see. It's good for us to see this, I think.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think it's just interesting too. I think when I think about my actual friendship with June that I have in real life, I'm not really ever thinking about our age.
No.
It's just the last thing I'm thinking about. And I appreciate that in this film, it's also not really spoken about. They just are, and we just are.
That was going to be one of my questions for you too. Your characters obviously embrace such a beautiful friendship, and you're there for each other in the moments when you need it the most, and you learn so much about each other, about, moving on from the grief that both of you hold. The time that you two have been able to spend together, I'm sure it has been as equally special. I'd love to know a little bit about maybe what you have learned from your time with each other, whether it's acting related or even just life related.
I think June's unbotheredness, I learned a lot from that. I spent, especially coming into this industry and trying to figure out my place and if I should be here. It's just this, it's so conflicting and anxiety inducing. And June really is so unbothered. I think because you are just so settled in the industry and you know your place, you're so, like, I think, carefree and relaxed. And don't get me wrong, there's was times where June had told me she was still figuring stuff out, but I think even that was carefree and relaxed. Like, admitting that is carefree and relaxed. Like, just being like, I don't fucking know. Like, I love that. And yeah, I took a lot from that, actually. I think this was like the first job where I didn't take it home with me and I spiral and think like, oh God, I'm a terrible actor. I need to find a new job. And I think it's because I knew June wasn't doing that. And most of the time I was going home and chilling with you, and you.
Yes, we were all together.
We were together. And June wasn't spiraling. So I was like, well, what am I going to do now? Spiral. Above water.
June, maybe what have you gained from your friendship and time with Erin?
Oh God, I love watching Erin work, and it is, I'm learning from Erin. I really am. So I mean, you laugh, but it's true. And when I say that, I mean, I really go into each job thinking, what will I learn? I always assume I'm going to learn something, you know, it's going to be new to me that I've never done before. And there was a lot of that in this film, I think. A lot of things I had never done before or never touched before. And so I think Erin was a part of that. I mean, my relationship with her, it was a new relationship. It was a true one. I mean, we had a great love for each other. So, but that was reality too.
I very much aspire to be an unbothered queen, such as you, June. I live in Palm Springs, where I definitely have a lot of older community members around me. And I feel like I have, taken that in. I feel like I am being unbothered by the pool most of the time.
Yeah, pool helps. The pool helps.
Yes, it does. Another very special element about this film is being able to be on set with Scarlett the first time that she gets to sit in the director's chair. I would love to know, what that experience is, what that experience was like. We've seen her on screen just being a phenomenal actor in so many different projects, but I would love to know some of the, either the tips that she may have shared or just how her direction was so unique with this film.
Well, I think that for one thing, she became the leader. She was the alpha of the pack, certainly. And I loved it because she worked with me. She knew what my process was going to be. And so it was great. I mean, it was like a shorthand in a way between us. And, you don't have to worry. You don't feel pushed, nor do you feel, that somebody's saying, wait, do this and do that. There was none of that. Really understood. And I think you said the same thing, that she really understands process, the actor's process. And it might not be hers, but she understands it. And that is gold, I think, as an actor.
Would you say, I guess, Erin, is it helpful that she is an actor and she is able to provide, any advice if you may be struggling with a scene or something that's written down on the page?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's I think it's a very unique experience. Trying to be somebody else so convincingly. And I don't think, unless you've fully been in that position before, I don't know if you can 100% know what that feels like. I'm sure you can empathize and you can observe, but to be in that position, and still have everyday life going on outside of work too, and have to go through these really emotional scenes, I think it's a very nuanced thing. And I think because Scarlett had been through that, she was patient and considerate and communicative.
Obviously, the catalyst for the way that your two characters meet in this film, and the story and that you share in that Eleanor shares in the meeting is one that might catch some people a little bit off guard. I remember as I was watching the film, I don't believe that I had seen the trailer beforehand. I was just kind of going into the film blind. And then when we kind of kept going with the story, I kept thinking, how far is this going to go? How far is Eleanor just going to keep it up? And so I was thoroughly entertained by this. As you two read the script and screenplay for the first time, what was your reaction to seeing kind of what their meet cute was in a way, and just how this friendship developed?
Well, we did it. We were in the show in the survivors room. You were there, and I was there. And I don't know. I guess we actually first talked at the elevator.
The elevator, what do you mean?
With,
like
the
characters, yeah.
We didn't really have anything with each other in the meeting per se. And I knew you were there, and you knew I was talking.
But I think also I think when you're reading the story and you're I think even on paper I could understand Eleanor's position and why she did what she did. And then obviously the way that June took on that character and brought her to life was I could understand it even more so. I think from the get-go, I think there is a level of understanding that Eleanor is grieving. She's trying to feel close to her friend. She's trying to make sure her friend's story is told. She also, I think, like, I don't want to speak too much on your character. I'm like speaking about your characters. But no, I could understand. I could understand from when I read it that I could understand her journey and why she did what she did.
Oh, yes. I mean, this is somebody who, when you lose a friendship such as that and you take in so much of that other person's life, to just have them not be there anymore, that is a great loss that is felt. And we all experience that in some form in our life. So I very much understood that too. And I guess, I love a good montage. I love seeing all the two ways that your characters are bonding, having the biggest slices of pizza. Yes, the biggest slice of pizza, bigger than your heads, getting the cutest matching outfits. What were some of your favorite moments among just getting to see these two characters just living their best life, as I like to say, together?
One, we shot getting the suits in Bloomingdale's at night with no one there.
Oh,
And this one saw all the clothes and just went nuts. I mean, she was running and looking at I think she saw every piece of clothing on that floor. She had such a good time.
I've never been in a shopping center that's been shut down before.
Yeah.
I was like, this is so sneaky. It's fun. And I got June. I was running around with June. Running around with June.
It was funny. But we had a great time in Bloomingdale.
maybe trying on a few more pieces of clothing than was in the script.
We looked a lot.
Okay.
I was contemplating. I was thinking about
try on.
Yeah, there was like that was cute. No, that was a lot of fun.
And I suppose with my last question with the both of you, as people are gearing up to see this film in theaters, what messages do you really hope that they take with them, whether it's through your relationship, the story at large? What do you think is so special about this film?
I think have empathy. My God, we need empathy. We need to understand somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what the film is screaming, really. Care for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think forgiveness is also a huge part of the film.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the main thing I think is empathy. There's no right way to do life. And I think all of these characters are still figuring it out. And if everybody's figuring out all of the time, then somebody is bound to make a mistake. And I think you have to be forgiving in those situations, because life is short. And I think it's extremely precious, and there's no point in spending half of it being bitter or holding a grudge. It's a lot easier and calmer and more lovely to just forgive.
Hmm. I do love that we do get to see the, you know, the rekindling of the friendship at the end of the film to show that just because a mistake may have happened, that's not the one thing that ruins everything. And I do love your character being able to reconcile with Chiwetel's character too, just showing all these different levels. It's a very lovely film.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Well, thank you so very much, ladies, for your time. It was an absolute pleasure chatting with you, and congratulations again on everything.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Goodbye.
All right. Bye.
Enjoy cuddling. Love it.
We do.
Good.